and we're going to move on to Shaman. And this is definitely, whoa.
Let's
this is
go.
pretty good.
All right.
Let's start off with the Quest, which is the most upsetting card out of everything here.
No, are you kidding me? I love this quest.
Okay,
this is
so
fantastic.
It is Unite the Murlocs quest. Summon 10 Murlocs, and your reward is Megafin. And the Megafin is a 5-mana 8/8 with Battlecry. Fill your hand with random Murlocs.
That's not insane. I don't know what is.
Okay, so I think Unite the Murlocs is not as bad as a lot of people think it is. I think it's incredibly easy to get 10 Murlocs, especially with Summon the Finishers and the Tide Hunter, and because those tokens that you make all count, so they're fine.
Oh
right?
my gosh.
Yeah.
Calling the finishers works. Holy crap.
Yes.
Wait, is every fin is awesome as LOE, right?
Yes, that is legal.
Yeah,
That is the only reason why this is a 3 out of 5 for me. Like, it's just good enough to be played, but I don't know if it's like amazing. I think the payoff is the payoff is pretty great because this reminds me of Neptulon from a long time ago, and Neptulon saw play just because he gave you those things to, like, he just gave you more minions to play later on in the game.
More gas.
Well, yeah, he saw play in more mid-range decks.
Yeah.
Than aggro.
And the good thing about Megafin is that the main problem with Murlocs is that you run out of cards in your hand very quickly. So if you play this card and you have no cards in your hand, you now have 7 Murlocs. And that's really, really good, because the other problem with Murlocs is that they get board wiped very easily. So if you can play Megafin after getting your board wiped, you now have 7 Murlocs in your hand, which means you can now reestablish your board.
Isn't it your whole hand?
Fill your hand with random Murlocs, yeah. Or so 10.
Yeah, 10 cards in your hand.
So 10 Murlocs.
I'm thinking
Gas
Magic the
for
Gathering,
days.
sorry, yeah. So
no worries.
I think the only problem is just like you have to play Murlocs, and like you're losing a lot of the good Murloc cards from TGT, and you're losing a lot of the good ones from
you saw Finja, right?
Yeah, you still have Finja, but like you lose everything is awesome. You lose Sir Finley Murgleton. You lose.
You don't want to run Finley anyway. The pure power that you already have is pretty solid.
I don't know about that.
I think this card's just like, you don't want to play
It's a 3 out of 5
Murloc Shaman because it's just worse than Elemental Shaman or Jade Shaman, right?
I'm playing this deck, guys. This looks
I mean, yeah, it's gonna be fun, but it's gonna be like tier 4.
Okay, so Moosey, what do you think?
Overall, this card's probably like a 2.
Okay,
but
guys,
it's
what are you
definitely
giving
something fun to mess around with.
I don't want to. I think giving it a 4 is too generous, but I'm gonna give it a 4 because I think this card is just the best card I've seen so far. I love this card. All right. Buddy?
Excuse me. Yeah, I'm dying. Sorry. I thought I muted my microphone, which is what I have been doing. So I apologize for all those who are using headphones. I just massacred your ears.
Rip headphones.
I'm just getting over a cold. That's why I've been muting my microphone and coughing. So I'm sorry in advance. That was a little loud.
It's all good. It's all good.
No problem.
So we're gonna start off
Yeah,
with
like
this.
you got like calling the finishers. Finja works with it.
All right.
I mean.
And we also have another card that we'll talk about, but we gotta get moving. We're already 2 hours 45 minutes into this. Like, we still have more cards to go.
We're halfway done.
We're like halfway done. All right, so here we go. Yeah, the Air Elemental. I think this is just straight up. I don't think this card is like super bonkers. It's just kind of okay.
It is decent.
It's a
3
3 out of 5.
You know.
Yeah, you play it
the
in
only
the
thing
Elemental
is-
deck is nothing to write home about.
Only thing is patches though. If patches is still a thing, it just gets destroyed by patches. Everything else.
That's why I would rate it a 2.
That's the only reason I rate it because it just gets by patches.
Yeah. As far as 2-1s go, it's good though with its effect.
Yeah, it's elemental too. I mean,
Yeah. I think it's just a 3 out of 5. Nothing really to write home about. It's great. It doesn't really trade well on the board, but it gives you that. It starts you with the synergy, and it's a 1-drop. So
that against Rogue and Druid too. So if you're playing against those classes, if they're meta, it's not very good.
I mean, it's
but it's good against Mage.
1 mana 2/1s have been historically okay. You know, they haven't been awful, but they're okay.
Yeah.
So 3 out of 5 from all of us. The next one is Frodan's Spirit Animal. Is a 3 mana 2/4 with Taunt, Battlecry, restore 3 health. It is the Hot Spring Guardian. This card is really good. Like,
it's a solid card, I think.
Really good. Like,
it's
I
not
give it a 4 out of
amazing,
5.
But
No, like
I wouldn't say it's really good. I have like trouble finding a deck you'd put this in.
Elemental Shaman. It's an elemental. It's I feel like the elemental Shaman's are gonna be kind of like slow.
It's gonna
This is
be
good
mid range,
against-
but like
It's good
I
against
think there's
aggro.
better cards than
I
that,
don't know,
right?
like
I mean,
like,
Trog
guess
and
there's
Golem.
I guess there's Mana Tide Totem. But like
Yeah, I think you'd rather Mana Tide Totem over that.
I don't
like-
know. If
I
like
guess you can play
elemental,
both.
this card's fantastic.
I mean, it's definitely not a bad card, but it's just like average.
I mean,
don't
every
know. I'm
elemental
giving-
card is like, if you play the elemental last turn, you get this elemental. I feel like I want to put as many like decent elementals in my deck as I can,
all right.
without it being like.
I'm
garbage.
giving it a 4 out of 5 just because it has so much value on it. Like, it's already a value minion by itself. Like, a 3-mana 2/4 is great. And then it has Taunt strapped onto it, and then Restore 3 health. Like,
Yeah,
and it
that's the
doesn't
good-
have Overload. Like, that's another thing. Like, usually this would be, like, Overload 1. It's not. Like, at all.
This is a very good like utility card.
Yeah. I think it's great. 4 out of 5.
I'll probably give it a 3.5, 4.
3.5, 4, Moosey?
I'll give it a 3.
All right. I'm going to move Guiyze's little thing slightly. Give it a 3.5.
Go
Alright, there we go. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next card, and it is Tidal Surge. And I think the big problem, I'm gonna give this card a 2.5 because the only reason you don't play this card is because it's worse than Jade Lightning.
Well, are you running Jades and Elementals in the same deck?
I mean, would
If you can get away with it, you do. But I'm not sure if you'll be able to.
that's why it's a 2.5, right? Because
Yeah.
it's worse than Jade Lightning, so it's not gonna replace Jade Lightning. But like in the decks
But if you're
that
not
like
running Jades in your deck,
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
pretty solid.
Stormcrack still.
2.5. I mean, you
Yeah,
still
you
have
saw
Stormcrack as well.
I guess.
Stormcrack's.
Stormcrack's
That's
alright.
good.
And
Wait,
plus, if
what's-
you're playing the
what's
Hot
Games?
Springs Elemental, like, and like you're probably running the Jinyu. The Jinyu is still
Yeah,
there.
Jinju
So-
is really good.
So this is just kind of okay. I mean, at
I think
best
there's
it's a,
better options,
yeah,
maybe.
it's a 2.5.
I don't hate
for
this
me.
card though. I think it's a very solid card.
All right, so I'm gonna give you a 3.
I mean,
guys.
it's pretty good, but
Yeah.
Moosey, what are you giving
I'll
it?
give it a 3, but I
Okay.
think there's better options to put in your deck.
All right.
Honestly, like all of these cards, like the Shaman cards, are generally just very good.
Yeah.
It's just that there's also other very good cards that you can run instead.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know
That's the
about
problem
this
with
card,
Shaman.
but this card is
Yeah.
like a 5 out of 5 for me. It's Fire Plume Harbinger. Battlecry, reduce the cost of elementals in your hand by 1. Whoa.
I don't
Well,
know
that's-
about this card actually.
I wouldn't say it's a 5 out of 5. I'd say
I'm
it's
giving
more
this a
like
5 out of 5.
It really depends. I really like this card because like if you're let's like jamming elementals in your deck, this is actually really strong. Then you can play
Okay.
Fire Alley on 5 into the legendary on 6.
It
into
definitely
the
gets played in Elemental Shaman, right?
Yeah, this is
Probably.
absolutely going to be played in Elemental Shaman 100% of the time. Like,
playing a 1/1 feels bad, doesn't it?
yeah, but like, it doesn't really matter, right? Because the value that
Yeah.
you get out of the Battle Cry is so much more worth the 2-mana 1/1, right?
True.
Like, think about it, like, even in comparison to, like, what is it, the Mean Street Outfitter? Like, the 2-mana 1/1 that buffs all the minions in your hand? Like, it's
Yeah.
kind of similar to that, right? But this is a lot
Yeah.
better. Like, a 5-mana Fire Elemental. Like, that's ridiculous. And a 6-mana Shaman Legendary? Like, oh my god.
But how often does this go off on elementals? I guess it depends on how much elementals you run.
Like,
Probably
does
run
it
a
even
lot.
matter?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
You're on
like,
more
gonna
than
be running,
dragon decks to run dragons.
like,
so.
you're gonna run a
there's
lot
so
of
many
elementals.
yeah.
And plus, you can run 2 of these. You run 2.
You can just
Yeah,
you can reduce your second Fire Plume Harbinger,
Yeah.
and then play 1 for 1. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That's the nuts.
Dude, it's so
Yeah,
good.
this could be good. This could be good.
Dude,
I like
so
this.
The
So
more
good.
we
5 out of
talk
5.
about it, the more I like it.
Yeah.
So I think I'll give it like a 4.5, maybe a 5.
4.5.
But-
All right, I'll give you 4.5.
I'd probably get a 4. Yeah.
All right. 4.5. Guys is giving it a 4. All right. We're going to move on to the next card. All right. Primal Fin Totem.
I love this card.
This card is
I
super
love the card
goofy.
art, not the card.
Yeah, I love the card art. This card is
That
super
art's
goofy.
fantastic.
I think it's really funny, but
No, but the quest
yeah,
synergy.
yeah, the quest synergy.
And think from below synergy.
Okay, so
If you run that.
this card is better than so I'm gonna give this a 2.5. I'm gonna give this card a 2.5 because
Yeah, that's about right.
I think it's a 2.5 because it's only better than Murloc Tidehunter after like the second turn of it being out. But like,
What's the totem?
yeah, but like,
Think from below. I don't know. It's probably not like a good
Think from
argument.
below. Like, are we actually gonna play Think from below?
You
in this
don't run
Murloc
Think
deck?
from below in aggro.
Yeah.
Murloc.
Why not?
Why
Like-
wouldn't you?
Like, why would you spend 2 mana
I don't
making a
know.
totem when you can spend 2 mana playing a Murloc?
Probably.
So
But
this
I
is
don't
like a
want to
2.5.
run. I don't want to run the what's the 2/1 that summons a 1/1?
Yeah, but that's better. That's 2 Murlocs. This is 1.
That card is so bad. I guess if that card's bad, then this card's bad.
Yeah, but
they're about the same.
Yeah, but that's why the Murloc quest is bad because you're playing Murlocs.
Yeah, but you can still get good Murlocs. Like you can play
Like
I don't know.
you still have War Leader, you still have Bluegill, you have Tide Caller, which is +1 attack whenever you play a Murloc.
yeah,
right?
Finja.
You have
Finja's
Finja,
good.
you still have the Cold
Finja
Light
needs
Seer.
this deck.
But like, you know, this card is like worse than Murloc Tidehunter the turn you play it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
it
what
might
you
not
have to
make the cut.
evaluate it as. And that's why it's a
Yeah,
two
it
and a
might not
half.
make the cut.
Because like
It doesn't.
maybe it's good in the Murloc deck. Maybe like if it like stays out for a few turns, like you're I don't know how you're able to keep it out for a few turns, considering that you don't have any taunt minions, and you're probably not going to be trading with the board if you're Murlocs. But like this is like a 2.5 at best. Like this is
Yeah,
probably not going to
I
stay
think
around
I
for
agree.
multiple turns like a Manatide Totem can. And it's going to be the source of removal. Like, it's not going to stay out for too many turns. So you're going to play a Murloc Tidehunter over this. So what are you guys going to give it?
I'd probably agree. It's probably a 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd give it a 2. It just doesn't make the cut.
But it's
Murloc
hella
deck.
goofy looking, and I think it's
Like,
hilarious.
Yeah.
It seems okay. It seems kind of bad. It's just not better than any of your other options.
Yeah. All right. So let's continue on. And this is Volcano. 15
That's
damage,
fun card.
5 mana, deal 15 damage, randomly split amongst all minions, overload 2.
It seems good.
I don't know how to rate this. Like,
It's just like
It's just elemental destruction.
is it?
basically.
It's good because it could deal with a big board when you're behind, like small minions.
It can also be 1 mana. It
Or-
can be single target removal too.
Yes, that too. So it's
Okay.
very flexible in that perspective. But
So 3s
Like-
all across? I don't know. I think I'm just a little worried about the times when it's bad. It's like worse than Lightning Storm. But like, I don't know. Like if there's a
I
lot
feel
of minions on the board and they all have
it's
high
split
health.
between minions. So like,
Yeah. It's a split between all minions, which is why like there's some
well,
cases
yeah, but
where
you're
it's
not
just-
gonna play this in like an aggressive.
Yeah, but
board
mid-range
centric
deck
You're
still
gonna play it
plays
in control.
minions. Like
Yeah,
But
like
you
I'm
only
not
play
sure
it in
what deck.
PogChamp Shaman.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. I'm just a little skeptical. I'm gonna give it a 2, just because like the times when it's good, it's like great, but like it's really swingy because it's all minions, and if you're a mid-range deck, you still have minions on the board. Like Jade Shaman is gonna be running minions. Mid-range Shaman is gonna be running minions. Like it's gonna hit your minions too. Like there are cases where it's worse than Lightning Storm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
So
problem. It hits your own minions. I don't know what deck it fits in.
so what
it's-
are you guys giving it?
I get a 3. I think it's decent in
Okay.
Control Shaman, but
Yeah, I give it a
don't
3
think
as
Control
well.
Shaman is
Okay.
great.
Okay, that's fair. All right, we're gonna move on.
Spirit.
Spirit
Go through
Echo.
these a bit faster.
Oh yeah. Spirit Echo. This is great in the Murloc deck. 3.
I don't like it. I think it's too slow. Well,
This is one of those cards where it has so much potential to be broken, but you have to find where it fits it the best.
yeah, because like return this to your hand, you'd have to play this stuff again. If it was like resummon this minion, that would be
Oh, yeah.
bonkers. But it just puts it, you have to invest your mana into it again. So it like it's just like no tempo. It's just a value card.
Okay, so what do you
But I
guys
think if
give
you're
it?
playing
2s?
like, I'm gonna get a 2. Yeah,
Yeah.
it
I'll
would be
give it
good
a
with like it'd be good in like a control shaman deck. I think.
You know what'd be
But
really
in,
funny
like,
with?
Murloc Shaman, it
It'd
would
be
that.
really funny with White Eyes. It'd be hilarious.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And Barnes. And Barnes. It's really funny with Barnes.
Oh, that would be
Yeah.
pretty
So
solid.
that's why I'm giving it a 3, because there's a lot of applications for this card other than
Yeah,
just
it
like
fits in box.
Murlocs. Yeah. There's like Murlocs. There's like also like you can use it with the elementals in order to make sure that you get the elemental triggers. Like I think there's a lot of applications for this card, even if it is a little bit of a tempo loss.
I don't think it'll see play though in any
Yeah.
like competitive decks except for maybe control shaman.
The next card is 7 mana 4/4 with Battle Cry. If you played an elemental last turn, summon 2/3 elementals with taunt. It is Stone Sentinel. I think this card's a 3. I don't think it's a 4.
Really?
Yeah.
I think this is an
This-
easy 5.
It's an
This
easy
is
You
five?
never play Elemental Shaman without this card.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just so good.
actually, yeah. You know what? This is a 5. I'm an idiot because like
because it's just this
For-
this card makes Elemental Shaman. I think.
yeah. Well, I don't know about that, but there's
One of the
definitely
cards that
yeah. But like I like brain farted for a second and forgot that like oh yeah, Fire Elemental is a card. Oops.
if Fireline did this right, you get a
Yeah.
7-mana 4/4 and a free Feral Spirits.
Yeah, like that's really good. Like that's a 4/6 plus 4/4. That's like 8/10 worth of value on a 7-drop after already having a 6/5 on the field. Like that's ridiculous. This card is easy a 5 from all of us. Yeah. So I'm not even gonna change any of the things. Next up is a 2-mana 2/3 with taunt. Oh no, that's the little rock elemental. That's the
Yeah,
taunt
I thought it was an actual card for a
Yeah,
second.
yeah.
Okay,
Next
well,
is the legendary, and
Oh
everyone
my
knows
God,
that's
yeah,
a
yeah.
5.
Yeah, that's a 5 out of 5. This card is ridiculous.
this
That's-
also
oh
is
my
like a
God.
staple in Elemental Shaman.
Yeah, like if you're running Elemental Shaman and you don't have the card, like you might as well just not play the deck. Like
Yeah, it's just Kazakus,
yeah, it's
right?
just like it's Kazakus, it's Patches, it's Leroy Jenkins in freaking Miracle Rogue, it's Tyrion Ford Ring in Death Rattle Paladin. Like if this is the card you play.
Like you play Elemental Shaman just for this card.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. Like this
You-
card is.
You play
I don't
that
know,
1
this
mana
card is-
1/2 just so on turn 7 you have an assured elemental in your hand to play for this card. Like
Yeah.
this card is so good. 5 out of 5. Ridiculous. All the invocations are bonkers.
It'll be a staple. For sure.
Here are all the invocations. Deal 3 damage to all enemy minions. Okay, ridiculous. Wipe the board.
Yep,
I
lightning
think that's the
storm,
best one.
restore.
Fill your board with 1/1 elementals. That's really good. You get to be Onyxia.
Decent. Yeah.
6
And then
damage to the
Onyxia.
enemy hero. Win the game over
Close
2
out the game.
turns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Restore 12 health to your hero. Recover after
Stabilize.
stabilize. Yep.